Hello everyone, my name is Rachita Mathur, currently working as a legal intern at LexClick. So today I'll be discussing on a topic pledge. So as we all know that pledge is a kind of bailment. Further, the word pledge has been defined under section 172 of Indian Contract Act 1872 as the bailment of goods as a security for the repayment of debt or loan advance or performance of an obligation or promise. So the person who pledged the goods as security is known as pledger, whereas the person in whose favor the goods are being pledged is known as pledgee. Now, while looking at the essential ingredients of the word pledge, we can say that there shall be an bailment for security against the payment or performance of the promise. The subject matter of the pledge is goods, and goods pledge for shall be in existence. There shall be the delivery of goods from pledger to pledgee, and there is no transfer of ownership in case of pledge. Now, in exception circumstances, the pledgee has the right to sell the movable goods or property that are being pledged. Now, while looking at the rights of both the pledger and pledgee, first of all, we will be looking at the rights of pledger. So, as per section 177 of Indian Contract Act 1872, the pledger has the right to redeem. By this, it means that on the repayment of debt or the performance of the promise, the pledger can redeem the goods or property pledged from the pledgee before the pledgee makes the actual sale. So the right of redemption is extinguished once the actual sale is being done by the pledgee as per his right under section 176 of Indian Contract Act 1872. Now, while looking at the rights of the pledgee, we can say that first right is the right to retain the goods. That is, if the pledger fails to make the payment of a debt or does not perform as per the promise made. So here in this case, the pledgee has the right to retain the goods pledged as security. Moreover, the pledgee can also retain such goods for non-payment of interest on debt or for non-payment of expenses incurred. But the pledgee can't retain goods for any other debt or promise other than that agreed for in the contract. It is provided under section 173 to section 174 of the Act. Now the next right is right to recover extraordinary expenses. So the expenses that have been incurred by the pledgee on the preservation of goods pledged can be recovered from the pledger. It is provided under section 175 of the Act. Now the next right is right of suit to procure debt and sale of pledged goods. So on the failure to make the repayment to pledgee of the debt, the pledgee has two rights. First, either to initiate the suit proceedings against him. Second, to sell those goods. So in the first case, the pledgee can retain the goods with himself as a collateral security and initiate the court proceedings. He need not provide any notice of such proceedings to the pledger, and in the next case, the pledgee can sell the goods after giving due notice of sale to the pledger. If the amount received from the sale of goods is less than the amount due, then the rest amount can be recovered from the pledger, and if the pledgee gets more amount than the due amount, then such surplus amount is to be given back to the pledger. Now, while looking at the difference between bailment and pledge, we can say that first difference is on the basis of meaning. Like in case of bailment, the transfer of goods from one person to another is being done only for a specific purpose. When in case of pledge, the transfer of goods from one person to another is being done only for security for a repayment of debt. Further, the bailment is being provided under section 148 of the Act, whereas pledge has been provided under section 172 of the Act. Now, in case of bailment, there are two parties involved, that is bailer and bailee, whereas in case of pledge, the two parties are being involved, that is the pledger and the pledgee. Now, while on the basis of consideration, in case of bailment, the consideration may or may not be present, but in case of pledge, the consideration is always being present. Now, on the basis of right to sale, in case of bailment, the bailee has no right to sell the goods bailed. Whereas in case of pledge, the pledgee has the right to sell the goods. Now, while looking at the purpose of the bailment is for safekeeping or repair, etc. While looking at the purpose of pledge, is to act as a security for repayment of debt or performance of the promise. Now, the next basis is use of goods. So, in case of bailment, bailee can use those goods only and only for a specific purpose, while in case of pledge, a pledgee cannot use the goods pledged. That's all for the day. Thank you.